Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cover the Spread here for Saturday, May 17th, 2025. And hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Make sure you subscribe. Also, give us a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated as well. And hey, as we always do, we get to the campers, see how their week's been rolling. From what I see, it's been rolling pretty good for us here at Cover the Spread. Moving us out of that little slump we had. I know I was in a big old slump. But hey, glad to get out of that slump and get you guys some winners here. Join us here and Cover the Spread. So heading over to Ramon. How you doing here on this Saturday, Ramon?
Yeah, it's been a good week, and I'm ready for some weekend action here. We got baseball. We're running out of basketball games quick here, but that's okay because we got the national pastime and the boys of summer, all the cliches here. The dog days are coming. So let's do it in the MLB on Saturday.
Definitely. We know the dog days of summer are coming because I've seen some temperatures starting to rise as well. To usually be a big old sign of the dog days of summer. I don't know where to Al. What do you got here? How are you doing here on Saturday?
I'm pretty good. It's been a pretty good week for me. So just looking to keep it rolling here. Yeah, the Dodgers offense has been on fire, and we're on them lately. So hoping they keep it rolling. Obviously, as a Dodgers fan myself, and looking to keep it going here on Cover the Spread as well. Yeah, not much NBA to look at, but hey, baseball's been heating up. So let's look at it.
Definitely, baseball's been heating up. So definitely, let's try to smash some of these out of the park here on Saturday. First game we're looking at here, we're looking the battle in New York. We got the Mets taking on the Yankees. This is the game I like here in this one, and we're looking at what I think is probably a pretty good pitchers duel. Griffin Canning off to a great start this year since his coming over from the Mets. But even before that, when he was an Angel, he really enjoyed pitching against these Yankees. We've seen his previous few starts. He's good going for 5. Sometimes gives up a couple hits, couple runs, but not bad. Gets 12 strikeouts one game, 5 strikeouts another, which is about usually his average. 5 to 6 strikeouts. He avoids those walks. And his last 5 games been mowing him down, only giving up no more than 1 earned run in his last 5 outings. On the other side of things, hey, you got Clark Schmidt rolling along, and he's kind of seeing a little bit of regression for me. He gets himself in trouble with that walk, and sometimes he gets himself in trouble with the home run as well. And when those two start mixing, man, it can get ugly. You look at his last 3 starts. Go back 3 games ago, Yankees against Toronto, he gave up 1 earned run in that start. Then against the Padres, he gave up 2 earned runs. Then against Seattle, he gave up 3 earned runs. Well, I'm seeing a pattern. Looks like he could give up 4 or more the way those numbers are going. I think we see some regression from Smith here in this one. And I just like the Mets here in this spot. I like what I've seen from Canning. I think he can get the job done here in the Battle of New York here on Saturday for us. A nice little plus price. Take the Mets on the money line in this one. Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one on Saturday? Mets or Yankees?
Well, your assessment of Clark Schmidt, everyone's least favorite pitcher, is spot on, but he better start picking it up. He signed in a good deal here to be in this rotation. They're expecting more, certainly, but if he has good control, he kind of induces that weak contact, but still, the Mets have been performing great here right now. I know Soto here, he said it's going to be 1 against 50,000 this weekend. You got some other guys on your team, Soto, so why not try to make sure you get them moving along the base paths as well here? But look, for me, I'm going to go under in this one. You talked great about Canning, and there's no doubt the numbers are good. The returns are good on Griffin Canning. He's been the real signing in New York's pitching, if you know what I mean, on the Mets side. And so far, Rod, get this, the Mets are 0-10 to the under in games when they're an underdog. So that's pretty solid statistic for me. It means they don't hit as well when they are not favored. Now, maybe they are the equal certainly here, even though they're listed as a dog with the odds. But I'm going to kind of ride that here and expect what you said, a good pitching. You said at the beginning, good pitching matchup.
Good pitchers duel, yeah.
right? Yeah, if Schmidt can perform as expected, maybe at home, they'll get it done here. This series, Yankees and Mets, 2-5 to the under in the last 7 games between them heading into the weekend. So give me the under here with the Mets and the Yankees on Saturday.
Head on over to Al. What do you like here in this one, Mets or Yankees?
Yeah, I'm agree with a lot of what you guys said, but I'm gonna give that edge to the Mets in the first 5 here, just keeping the bullpens out of it, and want to limit what the Yankees lineup can do late. But I do expect Soto to have a good game. Now they gave him the last day, their last game off, and he's had Friday off, so he's had 2 days off now to not only rest but prepare for this game. So I think he comes out ready to get us an RBI here, but again, I'll take the Mets on the run line plus the half run in the first 5 innings.
That wraps up the first game we're looking at. Let's head on to the next one. We're looking on today's slate. We got the Nationals taking on the Orioles. This is Ramon's game. He'll kick us off here in this one. Washington or Baltimore on Saturday.
Rod, you said the weather's heating up, and, well, probably so will the runs. You know what happens when they score runs in Baltimore? They put the water all over the fans. They need to be cooled down with that offense. Well, let's just say they're going to have to at least endure their own man going out there, and Kyle Gibson. What's wrong so far with Gibson? Will he get it going here? He's got that 13.11 ERA. Sounds like he should be rolling the dice here a little bit in Vegas with those crazy numbers. 404 batting average against. He's had 3 starts. They've lost every game so far. So look, Jake Irvin pretty good here so far, considering, but still a 4 ERA coming into this one. So I've got another over here in this one with Washington and Baltimore again with Gibson's abysmal numbers. I got to think that makes him pretty vulnerable to Wood, and Abrams is hitting now as well, and Lowe. So I got to like that. And Irvin, look, he's solid, but this is a hitter-friendly park, and the Orioles lineup definitely can mash a little bit. Nearly 50 home runs already so far. So give me the over here on Saturday. It's already 9.5, heavily juiced to the over, but Ramon's line says a dozen runs, Rod. Let's go over with Washington and Baltimore.
Hey, I kind of like that. For me here in this one, though, I hope we see all the matching by the Washington Nationals, because this guy here is not a Baltimore Orioles fan. So I would love to see Kyle Gibby get smashed up here in this one. And as you alluded to, hey, his numbers haven't been good, and at all. The last time he pitched against Washington, well, Washington got the win. He was in a different uniform. It was on St. Louis in that one. He went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs in that start, 3 walks, and then Washington continued to smash St. Louis in that one after Gibby came out. So for me, and as you said, he just hasn't been good. And this Washington team, they've got plenty of bats. And Jake Irvin, hey, he did well against Baltimore. He's seen him last year and went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, but he only gave up 2 earned runs in that one. And one of them, was a home run. So I'll take Washington here in this one at a little plus price. I think the Baltimore and Gibby is a little bit, that's a crazy price. Give me Washington on the money line here in this one. I don't know where the hell. What do you think here in this one? Washington or Baltimore on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm agree with that. I think that's where the value set is on Washington, and I'm not necessarily going to disagree with the total here because I do expect them to get quite a few runs off Gibson. But for getting over, I think it's going to be Washington doing most of the heavy lifting. So I'll take a shot with the Nationals, and you could also take that half run with them again in the first 5 innings. But I think the full game here is where the value is at on the money line.
Hey, that wraps up that game. On to the next one we got rolling here on the Saturday slate. And we're looking at the Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Miami Marlins. Heading on over to Al. This is his game. What do you like here in this one, Tampa Bay or Miami on Saturday?
We got Drew Rasmussen getting the start here for the Rays in Miami facing Sandy Alcantara. Now, Alcantara's definitely been the guy that has had some great stuff in the past, but this has definitely not been his season. He's been struggling out there, and I think the Rays While they were very quiet to start their season offensively, I think that lineup is starting to come to life a little bit lately. And I think they get to Alcantara here. I think they got the big pitching edge with Rasmussen's the much better starter and laying a very reasonable price here on the road. You can see them all the way down to -125. So I think that's where my play is going to be is just take the Rays on the money line on the full game. I think it's laying a little bit of juice, but I think it's well worth it here with the Rays.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you like hearing this one? Tampa Bay or Miami on Saturday?
Yeah, what's wrong with Sandy? Is this it for Sandy? You got to improve on these numbers somehow, but can we ever get Sandy back to normal? So I'm worried right now for sure because we're already, 8-9 starts in, and that ERA is north of 8. So let me go to Tampa Bay here, and I'm going to take a prop here with Brandon Lowe in this one. If Sandy's broke, I got to go with Lowe here. He has a double off of Sandy in the last game against them, so I'm going to look for them right now to produce here for sure against Sandy at this point. I've got to think that Lowe is going to be part of it. He's got that power potential certainly here. So this Rays offense leans on Lowe quite a bit. So I'm going to end up taking here over 1.5 bases at probably a pick'em price here on Saturday with Brandon Lowe over 1.5 bases against Miami.
And for me in this one, I'm going to take the over in this matchup. You look at both these starting pitchers, and hey, Rasmussen has been the better starter numbers-wise, but he goes about 5 innings, and over his last 4 starts, he's given up 3 runs, 4 runs. So if he sticks to his average, he'll probably give up about 3 runs there in that one. Maybe you could see a little bit improvement there, but over a 4-game sample size, it's been around an average of 3. But then, as we alluded to, Alcantara is definitely his numbers not have been good. He goes an average this year about 4 innings and hits all over the place. 7 hits, 6 hits, 7 hits, and then the earned runs keep it coming. He's given up the long ball too, getting himself in trouble with the walk. Last game he did get 8 strikeouts, still gave up 4 earned runs, 1 home run, 3 walks. I was against the White Sox and lost. But I like the over here in this one. For some reason, this Miami squad, they just seem to find ways to get over the total, especially at day games at home. It's just been one of those things, hitting it well over 67% is this over. In my Money Marlins has been Money Marlins overs in day games at home. So I'm going to go with that one here in this one. Give us an over. Bring your glove to the ballpark. That wraps up the MLB slate for Saturday. Let's crush it out of the park. As always, let us know in the comment section below. What do you think about these 3 MLB games we covered here today? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in to Cover the Spread daily for these plays. As always, let's get to the little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at was the Subway Series. We got the Mets taking on the Yankees. I went with the Mets in that one. I like Griffin Cannon. Like him to continue to roll along at a nice plus price. Take the Mets in that one. Next game we looked at, we got the Nationals taking on the Orioles. Ramon's game, he says, take the over. We'll see plenty of runs there in Baltimore as the weather's heating up because it's going to be a hot one in Baltimore on Saturday. And then we looked at the Rays taking on the Marlins here in this one. Al's game, he says something wrong with Sandy. Definitely something wrong with Sandy, and the Rays are going to take advantage. Take the Rays on the money line. That one over the money Marlins. Or was that a -1? Are you going to venture take the run line a little?
If it's still -125 by the time you see this, it's money line. If it goes any north of that, go ahead and take that -1.
Beauty. That wraps it up here for Saturday here at Cover the Spread. Thanks, everybody. As always, let's have a continue the hot week here into the weekend. Appreciate y'all. And what are we doing here? We are
Cover the
Covering the Spread.